Check, check. Here we are.
Oh, jumping right into that, boy.
Jumping right into this podcast. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Hunter.
And my name is Jacob.
With a B at the end.
With a B. No P, with a B.
Jacob.
Jacob with my feelings.
I was literally going to say that. I think we're going to talk about some great things today. So, normally this would be the spot where I talk about Jacob's addiction to everything in life. But I think what I need to talk about now, Jacob, is my personal experience that I had.
You had a personal experience?
So, episode 3 of this wonderful, beautiful podcast that we do was about the shadow people.
The shadow people, the shadow beings.
So it was a Saturday and I was just waking up and it was like the Saturday after the Shadow People episode released. And I started to wake up and I opened my eyes. I woke up to none other than a shadowy figure, hands on their knees, staring me face to face for a split second.
Goodness.
I woke up to a scream of my own that I've never quite heard before, of a like that.
Oh my goodness, that boy was terrified.
I open my eyes. For a split second, is a shadowy being looking at me in my face, and I jump up out of fear, awake. It was a terrifying experience, and I was joking with you that, hey, bud, you're gonna see Shadow Steve. And Shadow Steve done visited me and said, hey, bud, maybe don't talk down on my name like that.
Yeah, maybe don't joke about me, Hunter.
He said, I ain't no joke. I's a shadow boy.
He said, you're gonna see me face to face, sir. Legit, I'm gonna get as close to you as I can.
Shadowy face to humanoid face, he said. He said, oh, like that. But I didn't hear that part. It just scared me.
There was no top hat, so there was no way in hell it was Shadow Kevin.
Shadow Kevin would have, may have, or definitely might have killed me.
Oh, for sure, because yes. What day is it today, Hunter?
Today is National Water Balloon Day.
That's a day I can get behind.
I would say so. Jacob, when you were a child, did you ever throw some water balloons?
Who hasn't? Water balloons are a pastime of mine that I enjoyed quite a bit.
Did you ever just fill up a water balloon and then drop it in the grass, and then as soon as it hit the grass, it popped?
Yes, but I've also tried to do that. I've tried to throw water balloons at people and they've just bounced off, and I was filled with disappointment and concern. Why didn't you pop water balloons?
Why didn't you pop? Is their body such of a gelatinous form to where it bounces off? And I also think that when I've thrown it at people, I've legit been in too close of a proximity where it bounces off them and then splashes me.
I think I've also experienced the same fate in a water balloon battle.
Why hasn't anyone thought about water balloons filled with other things other than water?
I think people have.
You think so?
I'm sure there's a video
Why
out there.
has no one had a Sprite Zero balloon fight?
Now that might be something that's brand new and unique. I don't know.
Shall we start the first one?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, let's
right
do it.
after this.
We're gonna cut to after we do it. Wow, that was fun.
Yeah, it wasn't, but now I'm sticky.
I'm a sticky boy. It's National Ice Cream Sandwich Day.
I could go for one of those.
Jacob, as the fit man you are,
Yes.
well, if there was a double cookied, vanilla ice creamed, chocolate chip coated on the exterior sandwich in front of you, would you resist it or would you indulge?
I would resist the hell out of it.
Why?
Because it's not good for you, sir. You know from experience, I turn down greasy foods.
Okay,
for the most
please, for the love of God, tell me what is greasy about an ice cream sandwich?
Well, greasy foods and ice cream sandwiches are both not the best body fuel for you, you know?
But they're the best fun fuel for me.
I guess. But I just feel like if I ate one of those, I'd feel horrible afterwards.
Or would you feel like the best you?
Probably not, based on my experiences with other bad foods for you.
Based on my experiences with ice cream sandwiches, I would regret nothing.
I would enjoy every damn minute. How long does it take you to eat one of these things?
I would enjoy every 3 seconds.
I enjoy all 3 seconds of that boy.
So, Jacob.
Yes, sir.
You know what also today is?
What's today, Hunter?
It's also Crazy Siren Day.
Crazy Siren Day? Like what's on an ambulance in a police car?
No.
It's not one of those.
It's a siren.
Oh, like the mythical creature.
Like the mythical creature.
Like the beautiful beings.
Like the beautiful, crazy, awesome siren beings.
You're talking about the ones that lured sailors to their death?
That is what I'm talking about.
I like this day. This is gonna be a good one.
Somewhere along the literary and mythological road, mermaids and sirens got confused into one creature, a half-woman, half-fish creature. Known for her beautiful singing voice.
Like that?
I think that was a sample of a mythological siren.
For sure. 'Cause I just played that. That wasn't me. That was a play from my phone.
That was you. Originally, it was only the mermaid that was a half-human, half-fish creature, and a singing voice wasn't mentioned in early myths. Sirens were the singers, and they were actually half-woman, half-bird creatures?
Bird creatures?
I've never heard of a siren and thought that was a bird creature. I thought they had them fishy girl tails, and they taunted them boys.
I don't think they taunted them as much as they,
Lured, fishing term.
seduced them.
Oh, so they sang, "Hey, sexy sailor, come over here, come to my house, underneath the ocean so clear."
This man is making full eye contact with me as he says this. That's exactly what they said. They said it in such an octave that the sailors were unable to resist.
In today's pop culture world, the mermaid and the siren are often portrayed as the same character. They're inevitably a beautiful woman from the waist up and a fish from the waist down, and they're noted for their enchanting singing voices. Originally, though, these two creatures were two entirely separate myths. If you think they're myths, I guess, right?
Ooh.
I don't think they're myths. Mermaids have been in myths and folklore since their first appearance in ancient Babylonian stories. Era, the fish god, was half man and half fish. After that, it was Greek god Triton. In fact, it was the Greeks who gave us the first descriptions of the mermaids. Living specimens were said to have been examined by writers such as Pausanias in the 2nd century, and were described as having scales covering their entire bodies, gills, and fish-like mouths, and scaly tail like a dolphin.
What's fun about that?
Hey bud, have you ever seen a scaly dolphin?
I've yet to see one. Dolphins are smooth creatures.
And have you ever heard of a mermaid with a fish mouth?
No, I have not. That takes away from the attractiveness of the mermaid.
If they have a beautiful singing voice or a beautiful face, bod. What, Jacob, since you're the single, okay, I can't say that. Jacob, since you are a man, what do you find attractive about a fish mouth? Go.
Absolutely nothing.
But-
Except, never mind.
Go ahead.
Nothing at all.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
What kind of fish are we talking here? Is it a sucker fish or what?
I'm just saying, what's attractive about a fish mouth? But
Big,
then it's
big
like,
fish lips.
what that fish mouth do? They
What
say.
that mouth do, girl? You fishy girl?
Fishing girl. Let me hook ya. What?
Some things are better left unsaid.
It was the Nereids of Greek mythology who gave rise to the tales of the mermaid that were so popular amongst later sailors' mythology. These sea nymphs.
That's what I've heard them called.
Sea nymphs?
Yeah.
Sea nymphos, maybe. These sea nymphs were given the features traditionally associated with the mermaid, half beautiful woman, half fish. These enchanting creatures were well known to mingle with humans and to bear children. They produced bear children? Where does that come into play?
How do they spell bear, with E-A-R or A-R-E, sir?
B-E-A-R. In this article.
Someone was drunk writing this. Sir, that's not how you spell bear.
But, like, what if it is and you're just so wrong right now?
Research time, so I don't sound like an idiot on the podcast. Bear meaning. Well, to bear something.
No, I know. I think you're right.
No.
You're definitely not right.
That's the correct word. Bear. Of
We're
a
gonna have
person to carry. He was bearing a tray of brimming glasses. I sound like a silly boy. Amber, please remove this from the podcast so I don't lose myself.
Credibility. Please don't remove this from the podcast, Amber. The Greek hero Anchises was born of a mermaid, and some Greek families today still claim mermaid blood in their lineage.
Now, when you're born of a mermaid, do you take on any of those mermaid traits, I guess is what you would call them, such as the fish lips?
You know, my main concern is, what if they are born of a mermaid and can't sing?
That would just be unfair.
That'd be unfair to them. How are they ever supposed to seduce a sailor?
What if you're a male mermaid-bound creature?
Wow. What if you have to still, because of your historic knowledge, you still have to seduce sailors? Poor guy.
He's gonna have to wait for a female pirate or something.
A female pirate.
And he's just gonna have to try really hard.
Listen, on this Only Friends on Friday podcast, everyone is able to be a pirate if your heart desires to. Nereids were found anywhere there was water, including springs and wells, while mermaids have always been enchanting. It's been more their appearance than their singing voice. Yeah, because if they have frickin' a fish mouth, I mean, there's only one thing that would be nice to hear, and that's a frickin' beautiful singing voice.
It was sirens that were known for their singing voices, supposedly of such beauty that sailors would forget what they were doing, and simply ships would crash on the rocks around the Sirens' Island, killing those who fell prey to their song. But the sirens were never half woman and half fish creatures. Originally, there were only 3 sirens, and they started out as mortal human women who were the handmaidens of Persephone, daughter of the goddess Demeter. That's probably wrong. When Persephone was abducted by Hades, Demeter gifted the 3 girls with the bodies of birds so they could help search for the lost girl. When they couldn't find her, they eventually gave up and went to live on the island of Greek word, aka Anthimosa. Cursed by Demeter, who was angry at their abandonment of the search to remain in their half-bird form. The sirens were further cursed when they entered a singing competition with the Muses and lost the contest as well as their wings and many of their feathers. Eventually, the sirens died with the fulfillment of a prophecy that should anyone be able to resist their song, the sirens would perish. And they did. When Odysseus had his men block their ears and then tied himself to the mast of the ship so he could listen but not interfere, the sirens hurled themselves into the sea and died as he passed.
Wow.
What suicidal people.
So the only thing I can keep on thinking of is indeed the fact that they were in a singing competition.
Siren Idol. Why did they enter the singing competition in the first place is what I want to know. I guess that was their prophecy.
If you fail this American Idol, you will go into the sea to die.
Not the American Idol, just them being able to seduce the passing sailors.
If you do not seduce Sir Captain Jack Sparrow, you must die.
You know, sirens and mermaids have been confused for a long time. Well before Piers Anthony and C.S. Lewis assigned mermaids their singing voices, Thomas Hockley's La Male Regal, written in the 15th century, clearly refers to mermaids luring sailors to their death. Strangely, it is this melding of the 2 creatures that has persisted throughout the centuries. According to sailors' logs and records dating back to the 1600s, mermaids were very, very real.
Wow.
Although obviously debunked, the myth of the mermaid has continued, with some sightings being reported as late as 2009. It is 2019, that's 10 years ago. So that's interesting.
Jacob, do you, as a boy, man.
As a boy, why'd you say it like that?
Huh?
You said it funny.
Because the sirens are calling.
As a boy.
Listen.
Boy, if you don't. Like that?
What are you talking about?
Like boy as in B-O-Y or B-O-I-E. B-O-I. There's no E.
BOIY.
You just did something against the rules.
Hashtag BOIY.
Boy. Like that?
BOIYEE.
You just broke the world.
Yeah, I did. I think, hold on, one sec. Let me rearrange some thoughts in my brain. Do you, as a person, think the mythical, beautiful, angelic sounds of a siren singing would seduce you?
It sounds like you don't have a choice, according to the knowledge we just read. It sounds like it would take over you or something of that nature, because it would make sailors crash their ships into the rock. So probably, what about you, sir?
Well, here's my thing, now that I'm thinking about it. Do you remember the hit Disney film The Little Mermaid? Or Little Mermaid, if you will.
Little Mermaid on the Beach?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Indeed.
Did she not sing her song and hypnotize that man? She did.
Did she?
She hypnotized, and by she, I mean Ursula, under Ariel.
Okay.
She sang her song and enslaved that man.
I'm concerned on how much knowledge you have of this film.
Did she not? She did.
I don't have that much knowledge of this film. I watched it
Well,
a while
maybe
ago.
you should get educated before you step foot onto this podcast, sir.
Pardon me.
Are we trying to throw bows on this podcast?
Bows and arms and legs and knees
And fins and feathers.
and heads. I don't know.
We're not
We
trying
named
to.
all the body
We're not
parts
trying to throw heads around. We're just trying to swing heads around, sir. So, Jacob,
Yes, sir.
do you think feathers or fins?
In relation to the sirens, like which they had.
No, which one gets you more going?
Dear God, who just asked someone that? Feathers or fins? Like I was supposed to know what you're talking about. Dear Lord.
No, for sirens, you think that they have fins or feathers? You think they're mermaids or you think they're feather women?
According to the knowledge we just sprouted out of our heads, yes.
Which one? You just said yes.
It sounds like to me that they had feathers. They were bird creatures that were cursed to sing because they lost a singing competition. So I think it's factual that they were bird women, unlike I thought previously.
So no matter how cute you think a siren can be with their beautiful voice, they are a human head on a bird.
Just ruined everything for me. What is life now?
So Jacob, now that we've discussed kind of what sirens are, can you figure out how we can find a siren, maybe? I'm really looking to just find one, befriend one, and one to get boats for free. And I think if they seduce a sailor out of their boat, I can get the boat.
It's a good idea.
Okay.
And you can flip the boat and sell it and get all the profit.
Sure, businessman.
Yes, sir. Okay. I'm glad you asked that, Hunter. For those of you out there listening to this podcast that are wondering, how do I find one of these mythical creatures out in the open? Because they do target sailors and whatnot. So I actually found this story on Reddit, and it's by the Reddit user Opia Embido 28, and it's
Wow.
called When Finding Sirens.
What a good name.
And it's less of a story, more of a list of steps on how to successfully find a siren. Okay, so step number 1, use a rowboat. It will be hard, but taking anything bigger will make you a target. You don't want to be a target to those females.
They will swoop down or swim upwards and attack you if you had a big boat
They'll decapitate you, for sure.
with their fin feathers.
Exactly. Step number 2, go to the deep sea and wait until it gets dark. If they're curious, they will appear.
Hey, what are you doing over there? I'm gonna kill ya with my singing voice. If I hit as high a C note I can, your head will pop off your ears.
Step number 3, don't bring anything shiny. The light hurts their eyes. Well, if it's dark, Mr. Opia, how is it gonna shine? How is anything gonna shine off of it?
True.
It's besides the point. Step number 4.
Jacob, can you please tell me before you proceed with step number 4, if you would go in a rowboat at night in the sea?
No, sir. Think about that little boat, the little tiny boat, and those waves are just rocking your socks right off. And Who knows what's underneath you? If you're in the deep sea, anything and everything could be underneath you.
Oh, paddle, paddle, paddle. Gonna find a siren. Ooh, whoops. Oh no, I brought my shiny little necklace. Oh, what's that? It's a fucking shark. Not a siren.
My biggest fear is a shark. In the deep sea? No, thank you, sir. I don't even desire being in the deep sea in a larger boat, even though I have been, but...
Are you bragging?
No. Stating a fact, Hunter.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm a little offended.
Let's proceed. Step number 4. I'm reading currently. Bring them a story that is not in a book. They like the adventure. Sirens are people too. They like to hear stories. Step number 5. If they don't come, go back to the same spot for 2 weeks. Your efforts may seem endearing. So you're telling me those siren girls are just watching me in the middle of the ocean, and they are just, they're like, he came once, twice, 3 times. It gets up to 14. They finally decide to show themselves. And, if you're wondering, hey, if after 2 weeks of me persistently going out to the middle of the ocean during the nighttime and losing sleep for these females, what if they don't come? And this Reddit user has the answer for you in step number 6.
Isn't that the concern always?
What's the concern always?
I don't know.
My brain went there too, and I shoved it back down. Oh goodness. Yes, sir, I know what you're saying.
Go ahead.
Enjoy that thought. Reminisce on it. We got you here at Only Friends on Friday podcast.
Please proceed.
Step number 6. If after 2 weeks they don't appear, wait a year before trying again. They
What?
know you were there, and attempting longer than 2 weeks will make you a target. So you're telling me, after I spend 14 long, exhausting days and nights waiting out there, and they don't show up, you expect me to wait a whole year, write down the date in my notebook and or phone, wait a whole 365 days, and repeat the process for these women. You think I'm gonna do that?
You think I'm gonna do that for any hoe around here?
No way, no how.
Not even one that just has a woman head and bird body.
Playing hard to get, girl. No thanks.
No thanks.
Trying to play games with me? No way, Miss Siren. If you want to be seen, you show me yourself on the first visit.
You gotta show me your goods on the first 2-week date. If not, you think I'm gonna come back a year later?
Goods being yourself.
Goods being...
and your personality.
The goods being your feathers, of course. I gotta see the feather quality in you.
Show me that tail feather, girl. This Reddit user is very persistent and assumes they are going to show up, as in step number 7. In step number 7, they say, when they show up, it will be hard to see them. That is what they want, just like any woman. No, just kidding. Step number 8, all sirens are women. Yes, we know. Do not ask them how they changed from women to sirens. It was painful. It'll bring back bad memories. You will not get the second date.
If they ask, do these feathers make me look fat? Don't answer them.
Say, girl, why you doing this to me? And go back to shore, safe and sound.
If they say, do these wings make me look a little too crazy? You say, girl, you look light as a feather. Boom.
Oh my god. Hunter's relationship advice every Friday on this podcast.
Thank you.
If you want to get in a relationship, listen to this man. Okay. Step number 9 from this Reddit user. Introduce yourself and tell your story. Make it a good one. Don't be a boring fella. Be an interesting boy. No one wants to listen to a boring story about you and your college. Tell the story about that one time you trekked the ocean on your bare feet. Don't say, I went to college now, I major in biology. No one cares about that, especially sirens.
Unless you studied sirens in college, they probably don't care.
Yeah, if you studied, sirens in college, that might flatter them. So unless that's the case, make something up, sir. Tell them your story about how you're an adventurous being.
You say, yeah, I hiked. You say, yeah, I hiked the Great Rocky Mountains. And I went on my paddle boat to find you, girl. Because you're the one I'm supposed to be with. Sing me your song, get me under your spell, and everything will be swell.
And your life won't be hell.
Bars.
Bars and bars. Only friends on Friday. We are also rappers. Anyway, step number 10 from this Reddit user. Sirens have forgotten words and communicate emotions through whale-like humming.
Right? Is that how whales sound?
I think you just
I did
imitated them wanting to have intercourse.
Okay.
All right.
So I did go to. So maybe you can interest him with your story. I did go to college to learn whale.
To learn whale humming. They will pick up on the type of person you are by your tone and will learn your language from your story. Okay. That helps the situation. So you don't have to learn their whale humming tendencies. They will adapt to you. Step number 11. Make a friend. Ask them about the ocean and tell them about the land, which is interesting.
Okay, so now you're dealing with a mirage because you've been out on the ocean for so damn long that you're just hallucinating, and then there's bird ladies there. Is that maybe an option?
I wouldn't put it past.
Because like,
yourself.
I'm a thirsty boy. Let me drink this salt water. And then everyone knows that salt water causes hallucinations mixed with sunshine.
Especially when you're dehydrated.
Yeah, so then he's seeing Harpy's Angels of bird ladies called Sirens. And then what? Then he starts to caress the siren, and it's himself. That is weird. Let me caress myself with a paddle.
Step number 12. Whatever you do, do not ask them to sing.
Whatever you do, don't caress yourself with a paddle.
Definitely not, but more importantly, do not ask them to sing. Step number 13. If you want to hear their voices sing a song, then sing it again. They will join you. Not that you want to hear them sing, because based on the facts we previously stated, their song will put you in a trance-like state and you will not be able to control yourself. So don't do that. Thank you. Hunter and I, on this Only Friends on Friday podcast, want the best for you, so do not do that.
We want the best for you, and if you listen to their beautiful angelic voices and get seduced, you're gonna be up in the air in their claws, just in the feeling of a dream state. What is that grabbing my booty? It's a claw. It's a bird siren claw.
Would it be grabbing or impaling your cheeks?
I don't know, Jacob. What was that other word that you said? Maybe that's protruding.
Step number 14, do not fall asleep, my good sir or ma'am. You will not live through it.
So if I fall asleep on a boat in the middle of the ocean waiting for a siren to come and befriend me, what's going to happen?
You'll either wake up in a cage, in a bird cage, or you will not wake up at all. You will die from penetration through the
Rectum.
I was gonna say through the jugular, aka your throat.
Okay.
Goodness. Hunter's on the whole other side of the body than I am.
Okay. So you fall asleep, you're going to wake up to an unhealthy
unhealthily sized claw in either your throat or
butthole.
Yeah, I guess. Unless you want to use a more scientific term.
Anus.
Step number 15, leave at sunrise. The sirens will leave too. Leaving before them will seem rude.
If you end up leaving before they leave, they didn't do their job right of murdering you. At sunrise, they try to do some stuff to you. They take you into their claws, bring you to their island, bring you to their nest, and they kiss you with their fish lips and feather you hard.
Dear God, what a turn this boy's taken. Step number 16, keep in touch with your new feathery friend. Send messenger crabs to their island.
Listen here. Are you telling me that there's a secret ocean UPS via crab?
I think that's exactly what was stated in this list to to contact them.
Hey, Margaret, the siren, will you marry me via crab letter? I'll send the ring, crab bread, UPS crab bread, whatever's gonna get it to you quickest. You'll get it next day, I promise. Will you marry me?
If she didn't give you her number, she's not into you. Sorry.
She didn't give you her Skype account.
She didn't give you her conch shell number? You can hear the ocean. You can hear your siren girl in there, too. Step 19, visit again.
Holy shit, how many steps are there?
There's only 20. We're almost there. What I want to know is, how does this person know this information? Are they just sitting under their parents' house in their basement? Like, you know what? I'm gonna get someone killed today. Let's write how to meet some sirens.
Or they're on Siren Island and they're saying to their siren gal, they're saying, what do you think I should say here? What would you do?
Yeah, what's the best way for people to meet siren girls like you?
How can everyone be as happy as I am right now? Wow.
You can either...
You are getting it in if you say that to your siren girlfriend.
Oh man, you're definitely getting them feathers for sure.
You're definitely getting a tickle.
You either do follow these steps or download the app called Sender. It's like Tinder but for sirens, boy. What you know? Swipe right on all the sirens.
Is Cinder Sindr is how you would spell that. Is Cinder for sirens or just for sinners?
Is having sex with a siren
a sin?
Considered bestiality?
Yeah, probably.
Then it's for both. Alrighty, so that concludes the list on how to meet a siren, or you could just do what we said and download Sender. So, Hunter, based on all the information that was consumed and discussed in this podcast, thank you for finishing my sentence.
You're welcome.
You okay? Mm-hmm. You look like you were having a
I didn't know if I wanted to curse there or not.
Goodness. Hunter, based on the information displayed in this podcast, yes or no? Do sirens exist?
Do I think that there are bird creature ladies? I don't think so. I'm more of a believer in the mermaid, to be honest. And that doesn't seem to be a siren. I mean, do I think that there are people who think sirens are very real? Yeah, I'm sure there's people that are. I just might not be.
So it's a no from you.
I don't think there's enough evidence to prove that these gals existed. Nor do I want them to. Because after seeing the picture of them, why would you want a girl head on a bird? What?
I'm sure there's some people out there that would love that experience. Hey, you wanna cuddle? Aw, your feathers are gross. Sorry for the sirens listening. I didn't mean to offend you. Your feathers are beautiful. That was a kiss. There you go.
Oh, God.
Beautiful.
You are a beautiful siren if you're out there listening to this podcast. I'm sorry if we offended you and if you are real, but I don't think that I dare you, siren lady, to come to my house and try to sing to me and my gal and see if you could seduce us both. What?
Okay, anyways, do I think they're real or not? Thank you for asking me, Hunter. Based on the evidence we have at hand and what we discussed today and the list of how to meet a siren, I'm gonna have to say no.
No?
I don't think they exist. I can't see an island full of bird women being a thing.
Oh my God, but what if a bunch of bird women on an island? For you? That's like heaven.
For me? Why for me?
You know how you are.
Apparently not. I'm not into birds, ladies and gents. Okay, anyways.
He is into talons.
Talons are my thing, girl. Where are your talons? Send me a talon pic if you don't mind.
Talons are my thing at gmail.com. That's Jacob.
That's me. Anyways, no, they do not I don't think they exist. I don't want to find out if they do. Do not visit me, Miss Siren. You can visit Hunter. He already proposed a visitation
Please do not.
to you.
It was a joke. It was a goof for this podcast. Why don't you, as the listener, leave us a tweet, comment, or something on one of our social media sites if you think sirens are real.
Leave us a comment on our Instagram post, and our Instagram is _podcast. We post all our podcasts on there. And this one will have its own picture, and you will be able to comment on it. Give us your opinions on this podcast. Give us any ideas you might have. Do you think they're real yourself? And if you have any stories or encounters, please leave them in the comments.
You can also tweet at us at of podcast. That is at OFOF podcast. Talk to us on our Facebook page, Only Friends on Friday on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
And also, if you enjoyed this crazy frickin' episode, please subscribe on iTunes.
Please do so.
You can also subscribe or follow or however that works on Spotify.
Please do so. That'll help us out a lot. We are growing as an of community. There are new people listening every week, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much. You are so awesome. You, right there, listening, both ears, left and right. If you're one-eared, that's okay. We're talking to you too.
We do not discriminate here. But yeah, it's really cool. We appreciate you guys. Tell your friends about us. We'll keep pumping these things out.
Pumping and chumping, they say.
And cumping.
I don't think that's something we should say.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for this podcast.
I think that's it too.
We'll see you next.
When are you gonna see them? How in the hell are you gonna physically see them?
We will speak to you through your headphones and or phone and or car speakers next Friday. My name is Jacob.
And my name is Hunter.
And we are the Only Friends on Friday podcast.
We are also City Boys.
City Boys.
We made it.
We have made it.
Hey Jacob.
Yes.
How's your siren girlfriend?
I don't have one, Hunter.
Oh, okay.
She turned me down because I left too early that night.
Oh man.
I know. It's unfortunate. Hey, you.
You right there with the listening.
How's your mom?
Tell her we miss her.